Hello YouTube, hope you guys are doing great. This is Param here. Welcome to this special video tutorial series on Google Ad Manager, wherein I guide publishers like you to eventually become GAM resellers. Now I've already recorded an introductory video tutorial for this particular video series. If you haven't watched that, I would request you to watch it here because it lays the foundation of the 7 stages that I am going to talk about in this particular video series. Now in this particular video tutorial, I would get started with stage 1, that is how do you plan to become a content creator and how do you plan the content on your website. Again, you'll find a lot of tutorials, like tons of tutorials of people telling you, how to create a website, but there are none when it comes to how to plan your content on your website that aligns with your advertising goals and that helps you make the most money. So this is again a very important video tutorial for any one of you because this is the stage that is mostly skipped. People don't plan enough while creating their website and later on they start encountering issues. Finding your niche is one of the most important questions that content creators have to answer, and I see huge mistakes or huge blunders being made by mostly small content creators. So what do small content creators do? They simply try to copy the content of their friend slash their mentor or someone. If the content has worked greatly for some other publisher or your friend, it's not the case with you. So firstly, you should answer the question, what is something that you are really good at? Because once you answer that question, you'll only create content in something you are good at and you'll add a lot of value to the users. So while creating your website, your focus should be to create quality content. Now you have selected a niche that you are really good at. Second thing is to actually look into what people are searching for. Now why this is important? You selected a niche wherein you are really good at, but not many people are searching for that. So it is very important that you have some research on what people are searching for and then you actually improvise on what you are really good at. And third thing to keep in mind is what is the revenue potential of your niche. So this only comes into consideration if you are good at like 2 to 3 niches. You should actually try to create content on the niche that has higher CPMs, like finance and banking, healthcare and pharmaceuticals, retail and e-commerce are one of the top performing industries in digital marketing. So the CPMs that you will get with these industries, you will not get with any other industry. Now in this particular section, I'll be expanding on what people are exactly searching for, because it's very important for you to actually know the exact keywords that people are searching before starting to plan the content on your website. So it should be first keyword research followed by the actual content creation. Now I'll do a quick exercise with you, and I'll be using 3 free tools, that's ChatGPT, Google Trends and Google Keyword Planner. Now all of these are like free tools, but I'll use ChatGPT 4.0 because it's a more advanced model and it will actually help me better than 3.5 because it will actually also search websites like SEMrush and give me a computed result. Now with that said, let's decide on a niche. So for this particular section, I'm actually aiming to create a finance related website. So I have my niche in my mind, so I'll request you to pause this video, have a niche in your mind and actually follow along with this video tutorial. Now I have chosen a topic of mine that is finance, because I'm aware it has got great CPMs. Now again guys, simply don't copy the content in this video exactly and try creating same content. It will not help you in long run. So this is an exercise, so use this with your own keywords, with their own niche in mind. Now what I have done is I've actually answered 3 important questions: what, why, where, and this is sort of I'm creating a prompt for ChatGPT. So I would also request you to answer this like three important questions. Now what is I am trying to do? I'm trying to create a finance website aiming to help people who have just started earning money. Now why? I want to help them manage their finances better and get into a habit of saving and investing pretty early. Now where do I want to target my particular users? So I right now want to target users in United States and India. And what will be my request from ChatGPT? So I have requested ChatGPT to help me create 100 long tail keywords idea that people are searching for in 2024 related to the above. The keyword chosen should have maximum traffic with least competition. So this is something you can copy paste as it is, but what, why and where you should answer for yourself. Now give yourself some time, maybe like 5 to 10 minutes, decide on this and follow back along with this video tutorial. Now having planned for my content, I'm just opening the three tools that we discussed. So one is like ChatGPT. You can simply open ChatGPT by navigating to this URL. Google Trends as well, you can simply navigate to trends.google.com and type in Google Trends and you will come to this website. Now regarding Google keyword planner, this actually it's little tricky to open. So just search for Google keyword planner and navigate to the first link that you see in here. So you can either go in for this or this, it's navigating towards the same URL. Now you'll actually have to sign in. So guys, if you don't have a Google Ads account, you can actually create one for free. So I'll recommend that you create one account for free. So this would be useful in your arbitrage journey as well. So if you're actually planning to buy traffic, now in here you can simply click on discover new ideas, and that's it. Now I'm going back to my Google sheet and I would feed this information to ChatGPT. Now this is ChatGPT 4.0. So let's see what it does. Okay, so it's actually updating its memory and it is actually look into here. So as it is ChatGPT 4.0, it's actually gone ahead and searched for the websites and then it's trying to give us 100 long tail keywords. Now what we'll do is we will validate this in Google Trends first. So I'll simply go to Google Trends and I'll go to explore now in here and I would actually search for this. So what I am trying to do is, does this particular keyword has competition in here, or is it generating any traffic? So it doesn't have any data. So let's move forward to actually the other topics. So I went ahead and actually tested the top 10 keywords in here in Google Trends and I wasn't able to find anything trending. So what I did was I improvised a little. So I paused this video and improvised a little. So I told to ChatGPT that can you please use Google Trends and provide me topics that are trendy in Google Trends. Now I went ahead and actually added this in our the prompt as well, so you guys don't encounter this issue. However, if you're using ChatGPT 3.5, you might have to improvise a little bit more and you will struggle a little bit more. But don't worry guys, this is a very crucial step that you have to follow. Otherwise there is no use of creating content on the topics that people aren't searching for. So after this I got a list that looked something like this and I went ahead and started searching for these. Now another thing I noticed was if there are keywords that are very specific, like you don't actually search for stick to a budget, but you might simply search for how to create a budget. So I tried to make these keywords as general as possible and then tried to get a sense of their interest. So yeah, in recently this topic has a certain amount of interest, so I went ahead and searched this in actually Google keyword planner, and I'm seeing like minimal traffic, but I'm still seeing traffic. So this is crucial. So when you start seeing traffic and the competition is low, it's a good keyword for you, because your articles will start getting traffic very soon, and you won't have to wait a lot. So if you go in for a keyword that has great amount of searches, maybe in millions, but there is a lot of competition for it, so you still won't be able to rank. Now similarly, let's actually find in some other keywords, and just for the sake of understanding these tools better. So now, introduction to stock market investing. Now again, this is not showing in anything, but you don't typically go in with introduction to stock market investing. You can simply try to type in introduction to investing. Okay, so yeah, so this topic in here also gains certain amount of interest. So now let's go in here and try to see what are its searches. So this similarly has actually got like 100 to 1k searches. Now people, please pause this video and try to find a list of keywords and maintain an Excel sheet of these keywords. Now what I'll do is I'll actually go with this list and also try to find keywords that has higher amount of searches for you. So I would request you to do the same, and let's follow along once we have completed this exercise. So I went ahead and searched for most of these keywords, and I found a keyword that is importance of financial literacy, that had interest over time, and also in like in average monthly searches, it was from 1k to 10k, and with competition being low. So this is actually a great find. Now I hope that you must have found some keywords like this, and you are all good to actually proceed with the next steps in this video tutorial. You now have a list of keywords, and you're all set to actually start creating content. Now there are a couple of ways you can approach this task, and I'll be briefly discussing these ways with you. Firstly, beginning with AI based content. Now in the past you must have heard a lot that create AI based content, and it's easy enough to create AI based content, and there were tons of people who are promoting AI based content and telling you can make thousands of dollars without actually knowing anything about the topic. Recently there has been a search update, so now the question is whether you should actually still be using AI based content. So according to this update, Google is actually prioritizing quality over the method basically. So if you're simply copy pasting content from ChatGPT or any other AI tools without validating it, then you are at risk. However, if you are using quality prompts and validating the content that is coming out of the AI based tools, you are no longer at risk. So what you have to do is you have to simply create quality content that is detailed enough, and that is like no other websites have done that. If you're doing that, you will still be ranked in the Google search results. Now coming to user generated content, it's not necessary that you create all the content. You can have users on your website generate content for you. So very simple example of this would be social media websites. Now Instagram and Facebook don't actually have their content of their own. They actually have users that are generating tons of content on their website, and they're able to serve ads on their platform and monetize even. So if you have ability to create such platforms, you have the ability to create user generated content, and it is one of the scalable options that is available to you, because with either using AI based content or manually writing in content, you'll not be able to scale that much. But with users, if you have millions of users on your platforms, or even thousands of users on your platform, the content that they'll be generating would be enormous. So the growth path for this particular approach would be tremendous. Now coming to the third option we have is API based content. Now what do we mean by API? API stands for application programming interface. So what it really does is it provides you basic data points on which you can actually create content. Now for example, you want to create a website that lists specifications of all the available cars. Now you would be able to find search based APIs that actually provides data points for all the cars. So they'll provide information like the engine specifications, their 0 to 100, their mileage. So what do you have to really do with API based content? You have to create a template wherein you're defining the structure of your website, and you place in variables in between that are actually being dynamically replaced by the API. So for example, if I'm creating a website about cars, I would actually mention variable name car is of X cc's. This car does 0 to 100 in X amount of seconds, and these X and Y and all the other variables value would be fetched in by APIs. Now if you're following this approach, you have to actually find an APIs available to you, and some of these APIs might be paid as well. So you have to research for free versus paid APIs, but the cost of these APIs is per search and is per query, to be specific, and it is not that much expensive as well. Now second last option is hiring editors. If you are a seasoned website and you have investors coming in, then you can hire editors. That is being done by major news publications and majorly big websites. They hire in editors who create content. One last approach of actually creating content is creating tools that add values to users. Now you're not writing in content as a whole, but what you're doing is you're providing tools/services to help users do some tasks online. So very simple example would be to convert an image from JPG to PNG. You created a tool that does that. Now you might also create certain finance based tools for your clients. So they are based on certain mathematical formulas. So you create tools instead of just creating static content, and these are again a way to monetize your websites. Now I've shared all these content creating approaches with you, so you might follow any of these approaches that suits your particular journey. One last thing to keep in mind while creating content is your technical SEO. Now you have certain keywords in the mind, you created content based on those keywords. Ensure that you are following the technical SEO. So technical SEO are simple general guidelines that are used by search engines and browsers to ensure that you are following the SEO best practices, like you're using like H1 in the titles, and if your titles are there, they should be of certain characters, like for example 50 to 80 characters only. You're using meta tags and descriptions. Now for validating technical SEO, again you'll find a lot of tools, and all you need to do is you need to ensure that your developer is following technical SEO guidelines while creating the website for you. Now with this, I would conclude this particular video tutorial, and we are done with stage 1.